Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to be a film that will introduce many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to really make a lot of changes to the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and they are said to be positive changes to the Star Wars franchise itself for the Star Wars community around the entire world. Now, that of course could go through in either, a good or a bad way by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ and crew. It's all a matter of how it's all going to be utilized on the big screen. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that it's described as shot descriptions consisting of one of the sequences based in the first act of the film, where it's described that Kylo Ren is sitting inside of his chambers, where he keeps all of his relics and artifacts. It's described that one of the scenes is said to involve Kylo Ren meditating on the floor with the Darth Vader helmet in both of his hands, where it's described that whispers begin to be heard in the distance within Kylo Ren's mind, that consist of scrambled words, sayings, of course, of the ancient Sith code. While Kylo is holding the Vader helmet, it's said that he begins to hear laughter in a faint way in the distance that disturbs Kylo Ren and feels a power stronger than the dark side itself, that is said to be overwhelming for Kylo Ren. It's described that Vader's charred helmet is possessed by the spirit of Sidious and is used as a conduit or a bridge to communicate and manipulate Kylo Ren to the dark side further in order to eventually take over his body without decay. Additionally, it's described that one of the sequences also involves a moment in which Kylo Ren has discovered that his powers have evolved since meditating with the Vader helmet that is said to be linked with the spirit of Sidious. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is really going to introduce a lot of new aspects of the Star Wars franchise that we have never seen before on the big screen, and this by far really reaches the top of the list, where an actual spirit of a Sith is able to enter the actual helmet. Now, we got something very similar in the Darth Vader comics with the Mask of Lord Moment, where Darth Vader was communicating with that helmet and he was learning more about that character's past and all. The same exact thing seems to be happening here, except it's a little bit different, where Kylo Ren does not know who exactly is communicating with himself through the actual mask of Darth Vader. But all along, it's actually the spirit of Darth Sidious. Now, what's really creepy and just very exciting about this is that this is J.J. Abrams paying a lot of attention to the canon comics and, of course, to Star Wars Legends material in order to introduce something very accurate to the Star Wars canon and Legends, in order to make a very unique story that's going to be very original and set itself apart from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. So the main purpose as to why the spirit of Sidious is linked with the actual Darth Vader helmet is that the spirit of Sidious is said to use this as a conduit, if you will, in order to communicate with Kylo Ren. Now, this helmet is said to have dark side energy that radiates off of it that is able to allow the spirit of Sidious to enter that helmet and communicate with Kylo Ren once Kylo Ren is able to touch that helmet. Now, what's really exciting about this is that we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a movie that's going to have a lot of revelations like this, that's going to make us look back at The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in a different light. This is a great example because now in The Force Awakens, you look at that moment where Kylo Ren is looking and talking to the Darth Vader melted helmet, and now you see exactly why he's communicating with it. Initially, it came off like Kylo Ren was a crazy person and he was just talking to himself, where he's kind of like talking to the helmet, but, to himself at the same exact time. But it actually turns out that he is hearing whispers coming from the helmet and even hears distant laughs in the background in a faint way that is said to be the spirit of Sidious all along. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is that it's said that as Kylo Ren has been meditating with the Darth Vader helmet, he realizes in The Rise of Skywalker that his powers have actually evolved over time by meditating with this helmet, and that he realizes that there is a power that comes from this helmet that is said to be far more powerful than the dark side itself. Now, we do know that Palpatine, his spirit at least, is linked with the Beyond, and the Beyond is said to be a place full of the origins of the Force, the galaxy, and the dark and the light, and is said to even contain a power stronger than the dark side itself. So the fact that the spirit of Sidious is connected to the Beyond, and how Kylo Ren feels this power that is stronger than the dark side itself, you can really see exactly how everything is starting to connect here, and how all the dots are really starting to connect in Episode 9. The last thing that I really want to touch on here is that we do know that the Mask of Vader is going to be used as a highlight in Episode 9 from start to finish. We're going to see it a lot, throughout the movie and how it progresses. It's not going to be like a little cameo scene or a little scene, if you will, like how it was in The Force Awakens. Kylo is going to be traveling with this Darth Vader helmet from start to finish of Episode 9. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.